In this video, we will see how to add different kinds of content to a Drupal website using a single form. So here when you click on add content, you get a form which has different kinds of fields like title, URL path, text, some media, if it's an event, a date, from and to date. If it's an event, there is a location to that. We can add some location so the site can show a map to it, and the different types of content are categorized by tags or keywords. So let's say we want to create a list of volunteer profiles for a non-profit organization. So let's first create a page which holds different volunteers. I will call it volunteers. It will be a landing page, so when person clicks on something like volunteers, he would see the list of all volunteers of the organization. Belongs to the Boston chapter, and let's say I have a path volunteers and some text like list of our volunteers, and I will put any media location and I would say tag. So this would contain all content that are tagged with volunteer. I will add it to the menu to the Boston chapter site, call it volunteers. Menu is the upper navigation, which I will show you in a second once this is created. So now I added it to menu, so it's here, volunteers. It has the text list of our volunteers, but it doesn't have the list since we didn't create it yet. Let's add it now. So let's say I want to add a person as a volunteer to the page. So this would be the title, say, and it belongs to the chapter site. I would say volunteer slash owner, some text which would be I will just paste it here and cut and paste it again so that it removes all the formatting. That's from the Word. And I would add a picture. For accessibility, I would put an alt text. So now that we have that, volunteer doesn't need a date, a location, so I would add a tag volunteer. And I don't need it in the menu, so I would just save it. So now if I go back to volunteers, I will see the one of the volunteer. So if I click on it, it would go to some more description of the volunteer. So similarly, if I add another volunteer, needs to Boston volunteer slash some text. Picture. And a tag called volunteer. So this should bring both of them, Mona and Somnath, in this. And so similarly, if we want a blog, so there can be a page called blog, and it would be tagged with the keyword blog, and each blog post can have a title, an image, some description, and tagged with the same keyword blog. So the page blog landing page knows to pull all the content that are tagged with the same keyword, which is blog. Likewise, we already created a page called projects. It's a landing page and it's tagged with project and active. So this is a project RTI Munch. If I go there and if I edit this individual project, it has a title, it has some text and some media, and it's tagged with project and active, and it's also grouped under a category anti-corruption. So similarly, the other projects has a title, image, some text, and it's grouped by some other keyword. So depending on that, there are filters which show. So if a person wants to filter by only the anti-corruption project, checking that would show that project. Or if he wants agriculture, or if he wants both agriculture and anti-corruption. And so these are shown with the value from the group by of the post, which is here, agriculture. And similarly, to create an event, so an event will be displayed like this. It will have a title, some description, some image, some resources like press advisory and stuff, and date and time and location, and the system would automatically pull the link to the Google Maps. So when you click on it, it would show the exact address on the Google Map. And looking at the content here, so it has a title, it's not a landing page, it's a single event, and it has some URL which is not required, but it's good to have it so it's visible, and some image. Because it's an event, it has a date, and the date here is used to pull the event in upcoming events block or upcoming events page. So as long as the date is in future, it would show up in the upcoming event section, and once the date has passed, it would automatically move to past events. And because it's an event, it has a location, street name, additional, the building, room number, city, and giving this information will allow the system to show the map link there, and some other resources as I shown you, press advisory and stuff. The key is to tag it with a word like event, and we can have a page called events, like active events or upcoming events, and it would pull all the upcoming events based on the date and tagged with the keyword event. And right, you can look at the samples at boston.maindev.aidindia.org. Like, so in this way we can create different kinds of lists of content like projects, events, volunteer profiles, or frequently asked questions, and like that. And if you go to find content, you would see all the list of content for the Boston chapter site, like the volunteer profiles that I just created, the volunteers landing page and the individual event page. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, comment on the video.